Alright, I wanted to do a voiceover for the first few minutes of this video because I didn't take any personal video that day. But I wanted to include some of this car camera footage because of the storm and the clouds moving in are kind of pretty. We woke up at about 7:30 in the morning because I knew that breaking camp was going to be difficult and take some time. And I was right. It took us about three hours or so. We didn't leave until 11 a.m. I turned out first out of the road, but Mother didn't feel comfortable turning down the road I turned on, so she tried to make a roundabout way of getting back to me. And she turned down a dead-end road and got stuck and had to turn around in a small driveway and got stuck in the driveway. So I had to turn my RV around and come back and help her. So that took about an hour. So we didn't leave Livingston until about noon. So with getting the RVs ready for the road and then getting stuck and having to help Mom back out of the driveway and the dead end road, I didn't really feel like filming much that day. So there was also the storm and the rain and the construction that we had to deal with. But our plan is to get from Livingston, Texas to Yuma, Arizona, Quartzsite, Arizona. And we're going to stay there for the winter, or at least through March, April. And then we'll start heading north if everything pans out. We plan on boondocking on BLM land. BLM land is Bureau of Land Management with the government. It's basically public land that anybody can use for free. A lot of ranchers use it for their cattle to roam on, but you can also camp there. There are rules that you have to follow, so you have to look those up. There's also programs within that you can partake in. One of them is the LTVA. It's called Long-Term Visitor Association, or areas. There's about 7 or 8 of them, and they are along the Arizona-California border. And it costs $180 from September 15th to April 15th. And they have certain amenities. So BLM land does not have amenities, but these LTVA areas will give you some sort of amenities, and each one is different. So they'll give you holding tank dump sites, trash dump sites, and potable water that you can pick up and use. Sometimes they'll have showers, and most of them have restrooms, so you can save your tanks and don't have to dump as much. So we plan on using that. I think $180 for 7 months of the year is pretty cheap, and you get some nice amenities with that. We also plan on getting solar setups for our RVs, so we have some kind of electrical setup to use things. Mom already has solar panels on her Airstream, but she's having problems with it charging her batteries. So she's going to get that looked at and get that fixed. Right now, she has, I think they're called AGM batteries. And she's going to switch over to lithium because they allow you to use more of the battery and drain it. And you just get a better setup with that. So I have some lithium batteries as well. I just need to get some solar panels, and I will be picking those up in Arizona and having somebody set those up for me while we're there. There's a lot more choices here in Arizona because people really take solar seriously here more than other parts. I think you get a lot of sun here. And there's a lot of RVers here that want to partake in that free electrical power, so to speak. So just passed San Antonio about an hour ago.
the night at a Walmart here in Fort Stockton, Texas. Let me just say, I will probably never spend the night here. All right, as I was trying to say before my battery died, they like to blare Walmart radio here in the parking lot, not just in the store, but the parking lot. They close at 11 p.m., so I thought that they would turn the radio off. No, it blasted all night long. And I'm pretty much at the end of the parking lot, as you'll see. Okay, there's a schoolie. Oh, looks like those RVs are gone. Here's Mom. I'm gonna get a copyright strike or something on this music. At least the music wasn't too crappy, but yeah, I really wanted silence. Alright, so we're almost to El Paso, and yeah, I'm very not impressed with Fort Stockton, Texas. I've had a RVer, Kimberly, tell me that she stayed in an RV park there and she felt really safe. It was just kind of sketchy. There were so many RVs in that Walmart parking lot overnight, and probably 10 to 15 of them, and that parking lot is not that big. So I wonder if they play that loud music all night long, all day long, to kind of discourage RVers from parking there. But yeah, on the map online, it said that they were accepting of RVers, so I thought it would be an okay place to stay. Anyway, then somebody last night, I thought I was going to have to call a non-emergency number because there was some sketchy guy hanging around in his car with his car going right in front of our RVs. So we had one space between our RVs and where you put the carts. And of course somebody parks there. Like, why would you block in our RVs? People are so inconsiderate sometimes. And so he was sitting there for a good 15-30 minutes, and I thought, why is he still sitting there with his loud car going? I mean, it had temporary plates on it. The muffler sounded so bad. It was so loud. It was just as annoying as the radio, and he was still there. Eventually he pulled out and he made a U-turn and pulled back in the same spot. So it's very sketchy to me. So at some point I put on a coat and went outside and took a picture of his temp tags, and I didn't see anybody in the driver's seat. So I looked up and down the sides of our RV to make sure he wasn't doing something to our RVs, but I didn't see anybody. So it's just like, I don't know what to do. Finally, I looked in his car. It had really dark tinted windows, and I think his driver's seat was laid down. So I kind of got the impression he was sleeping, and just kept his car going to stay warm. I don't know. I made it a lot of assumptions, left and right, a lot of assumptions. But yeah, I didn't get to sleep until after midnight because I was kind of worried about that situation, and the radio was kind of driving me crazy. So yeah, and then I woke up, I don't know, probably between 6 and 7. It was cold last night. I have a feather feather comforter from IKEA that keeps me really warm if I need it. So I didn't have any problem staying warm, but it's just there's such a huge temperature drop when you take it off. I'm like, I'm not getting out. But I knew it wasn't going to warm up at all today. So anyway, we're going to stop at I don't know, probably a Love's travel stop in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I've never been to New Mexico before, so this is my first state that I'm visiting that I've never been to. So yeah, excited about that. Otherwise, I've been to El Paso through the airport. I don't know if that counts. So it just looks like a big desert town. Not much to see, but I'm hoping to start getting pictures of some interesting desert plants. We'll see. Anyway, I'll let you go for now. Alright, we're about 15 minutes from... Oh, wow. Right when I start recording, a cop goes by. Hopefully he didn't see that. We are 15 minutes from Las Cruces, New Mexico. I think that's how you say it. Just still shaking my head at this trooper. And so far not impressed, but you know, whatever. But there's some beautiful mountains here on the side. And they probably won't show up very well on camera. And just geomining away. Been doing that all day. Texas has not been very good for me as far as geomining. I don't know why that is, but that's something that you can do. Geomining. How do I explain that? You geomine for coins that you can transfer into crypto, let's just say, okay? So if you're into crypto, you may understand that a little bit. But anyway, we'll be staying overnight at either a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel. They're both right next to each other, so whatever we feel most comfortable with is where we'll stay. But right now this wind is horrible. It just kicked up a notch. So I'm going really slow. Like embarrassingly slow, but it feels like it's tipping my RV over, so gotta do. But it's only about 10 minutes more. So yeah, looking forward to a rest. I'm tired because I didn't sleep very much last night, and my muscles are very tense from all the driving. Is this the third day of driving? I can't even keep track anymore. Anyway, yeah, I'm having to do a lot of stretching because the muscles are very tense. But we're getting there. Decided to make an appointment for my RV when we get to either Tucson or Yuma to get oil change and headlight restoration. Can't see a thing out of my headlights. Either replace them or restoration. Check the brakes. Something is squealing when I brake. So Mom had the brakes checked and they were fine, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and a couple other things. Ooh, thought that was another cop. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow unless I decide to tape something else tonight. So, bye for now. And yes, I know I look like a big red plaid marshmallow, and I don't care because I'm warm. It's very cold here, and I love this coat.